I'm the box, and this is Jen. And episode 11, Lunch Hour. Let's kick it off with some new scoundrel.
Again.
Okay.
I didn't rewind it.
Hang on.
What the f you mean? Connected?
Scoundrel. I like the sound of that.
And we're back. That was the Masters of the Breakdown, Central Valley's hardest working band, Scoundrel out of Fresno. It's so good to see them coming out with more and more stuff. And Stefan is one of the best dudes out there. Great promoter, good bass player. Of course, Cody, Chris, and Eric, all great guys. It's an honor to work with them all the time. So what's up, everybody? We've been gone a couple weeks. I had a bachelor party 2 weeks ago. We had a wedding on Friday, and we wanted to bring up our gear to record up there, but holy fuck, I don't think it was possible.
No, we drank a lot.
Well, I was talking more about the internet connection thing.
Oh, that too. Oh, the internet was terrible up there.
Yeah, but we did drink a lot.
That both of those statements are true.
Are very true. There was a lot of drinking, and the guy at the hotel bragged that like people booked for the breakfast. And that was bullshit.
I'm not mad at the breakfast.
I'm not mad at it either, but I couldn't see anybody spending the money on a hotel for that breakfast.
Well, maybe the other the other hotels don't have breakfast at all, or maybe it's just
really bad
trash. I don't know. That's the best option.
I mean, we had a couple bags of bread, some waffle batter with the flippy
we
waffle
had a lot
iron
of stuff though. We had the waffle iron. We had syrup and butter and all the shit that goes on that. We had different kinds of muffins. He made a quiche.
Yeah, the quiche.
Fresh.
He was saying the quiche was what really brings people back. It's all about the quiche. And he bragged about it. He's like, yeah, I make it every day. Like, if there's leftovers, I throw it away. I'm like, bro,
It's wasteful.
that's not really something to brag about. Like,
I mean, there was coffee, there was juice, there was tea.
coffee sucked.
It was coffee. It was passable. It wasn't good, but we're coffee snobs. So
I got to play MC at a wedding for the first time ever where I watched people fight with foam swords. Or actually, they were just pool noodles. Like, they didn't even get us the swords. We just cut pool noodles in half.
I missed that part, so I can't even comment.
And we went to work. I got to give a speech because, and I don't do anything without giving a speech. I mean, that's why we started this whole show, so me and Jen could just give speeches.
I don't give speeches. I'm the silent minority here.
You just gave a speech on why you don't give speeches. Boom, speech.
See, there you go. So yeah, Sonora was fun. If you don't know where that is, it's up in the hills. And there's no internet reception in our hills. So
No, we were getting text messages 2 hours later.
Yeah, it was rough for those of us who are technologically tied to our devices, which is pretty much everybody nowadays. But in our hotel in specific, at least in our room, we had zero reception whatsoever. Like, it just sat there and watched it buffered for like a day.
Like, text messages buffered.
Horrible. We did have Wi-Fi in the room though.
I never used it.
You never used it? How did you function?
We drank a lot. I wasn't really on my phone.
I was on my phone.
I was running around drinking.
It was nice, but I do not recommend wearing heels up there in the hills. It's a lot of uphill, a lot of stairs, a lot of steps, a lot of pain. It was leg day. A lot of leg day. But it was fun.
Leg day and a half.
Yeah, it was a lot of leg day.
So, yeah, that's been about what's been going on with us. Got to call a wrestling show. Trip Rogers is your new CWA champion. I am sad to report. Like, everything I've done to keep that guy from winning a title, and he goes and does it.
Failed.
So, I always swore that if Trip Rogers won a title, I'd eat my tie. And I knew there was a slim chance he was going to pull it off. So I have my friend Amanda bake me a tie cake so that way I could switch it out real quick and just eat my tie. That way I wouldn't have to actually eat silk or satin or whatever the fuck a tie is made out of nowadays.
I'm actually a little sad I didn't get any of the tie cake.
It was rather delicious.
It's
It's tied to it's tie cake. It's tied to a cake.
Tied to a cake. Look good. It was Rice Krispies. Rice Krispie treats, I guess I should say.
Rice Krispie treat covered in a layer of chocolate, covered in a layer of chocolate fondant.
Fondant. Not edible, by the way. Edible, but not edible. Fondant is the fucking worst.
Our resident mistress of the macabre, Ellie Von Grimm, says, I swear to God, if I don't get Jen picked soon after getting 20 signatures, me and Bailey will riot.
There's 20 now?
I may have mentioned to my singer that the thing exists.
Who is signing this? What the fuck? Who is signing this?
I'm just saying. And then, like,
Why?
you woke up in perfect, like when you got out the shower and put on your undergarments you were in photo shoot mode. They matched. Like, I'm just saying.
I was just trying to get dressed so I could go get coffee. I don't care if they match. I just want coffee so I don't tear people's faces off and eat them.
Heroes, Jen. Heroes are signing this. At least that's the word of the mistress of the macabre that we have here.
I just don't get it. They're not getting anything out of it. Why would you sign it?
Because you root for your people.
I guess. I don't know.
Like, it's not everybody else's fault that you're a hater.
I suppose.
I mean, if this is a swamp, you'd be an alligator.
Be an alligator. Sure, come on up. Take the alligator.
You know what? That's only if you want to get on my level. But, would you like a cool glass of haterade?
I would. I'd like to try your haterade here.
You haven't had that haterade? We're drinking Cali Squeeze tonight because we bought a 12-pack the other night, and oddly enough, we didn't finish it. Jen has the Tangerine Days, and I have the Lemon Chill.
You have the Lemon Pledge beer. That's what that tastes like.
I actually really like it. It's a fresh, lemony beer because they are supporting the best cause, Jen.
This thing tastes like a creamsicle, which is cool.
Yeah, that tastes even more like an orange creamsicle than the liquid gravity stuff.
There are mosquitoes. Ouch! And they're everywhere. and they are biting me, and I'm so itchy. It's not even funny.
'Tis the season of the itch. Right before they all die and go back to hell.
Get the fuck away.
See, and why they're not so bad in the summer. Oddly, like mosquitoes are at their worst right before they die off. It's like they know.
They know. I would too. Be like, oh God, I only have like 2 more days to live. I need to go fuck up some people's lives. This is what I would do as a mosquito.
I was starting
Or
to wonder
human.
if our kid had West Nile from all those mosquito bites.
West Lyme. He'd be a lot sicker if he had West Lyme.
He's a tough little bastard. Our kid got sick for about a week there. Just had his first 2 weeks of transitional kindergarten, and he made it through 2 and then got sick on Friday, coughed so hard he threw up, and they sent him to the nurse's office. And they're just like, you have the most polite son.
Well, thank you, buddy. Shut up. Get the truck.
I like how he calls everybody buddy.
Everybody is buddy. We are buddy.
We're buddy. The nurse is buddy. His teacher's probably buddy.
Here's your shirt. It's covered in vomit. Well, thank you, buddy. He's so polite. Yeah, well, that polite kid just threw a chair at me like I was a fucking wrestler last night. So
Sometimes I regret letting him watch wrestling. But if you want to let your kid watch wrestling, you can bring him to the Danuba Football Club on October 29th as Blacklist Pro Wrestling presents Dia de Muertos Part 2.0, featuring WCW, ECW, WWE, NJPW, and AJPW alumni. Super fucking crazy. Former Mexico.
that was a lot of acronyms.
That was pretty good, though,
A
right?
lot of acronyms. There are a lot of letters happening there.
That was pretty good. I feel like my public speaking, thanks to this, and oddly enough, all the book reading to Wolfie has just skyrocketed. Like, I thought my speech was fucking a home run the other day at the wedding.
I drank a lot, so I only remember a little bit of it.
I don't know, but when I said this is one of the only times you get to see a cyborg marry a mermaid, that place exploded. Like, you'd have thought I pulled my boobs out or something.
Well, there's no video evidence probably, so you could tell people you did. No one would know. I mean, people would know, but they wouldn't know.
I'm prouder to have gotten the pop off my speech that I worked so diligently on and sat there and drunkenly schemed up while Madam J was talking, which is why I missed her calling me up.
I watched that happen and I was like, what are you doing? What do you mean? Who the fuck else do you think she's talking about?
Well, like I said, I was kind of spaced out like, okay, there's got to be somebody more than me. Putting the last couple, chaining the last couple lines and rhymes together and whatnot. All of a sudden I hear, get your arse up on up here. And I'm like, what? Wait, are you talking to me? Well, who the fuck else is capital L, capital B? And I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't understand you with your accent. Like, and that got an immediate cheer. So I was like, all right, starting off on a good note here. So it was great. Got to fucking, you know what? And I'm sorry you missed the ceremony because Addie and Sean both rickrolled each other. Like the whole, like Sean read the whole chorus. Like he's like, and Addie, I just want you to know that I'm never gonna give you up. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? And he went through all the way to the chorus, or all the way through the chorus, and then Addie gave her speech. And as she's going through, she's like, by the way, I just want you to know as well that I'm never gonna give you. And I'm like, they both did it. These motherfuckers.
You said that when I first showed up, and then we never circled back to it, or you never explained what the hell you were talking about. So I just forgot about it, kind of. But I missed the whole wedding. I missed the entire wedding. Wolfie didn't go to school, but he was supposed to go to school. I didn't take any time off. So I was pretty sure I was going to miss the wedding anyways, but I was going to get there right after. And I did.
And then it wound up being like, you almost made it because they were telling me it was going to happen at 5. And you pulled up at like 5:06.
Yeah, you guys were taking pictures afterwards when I showed up and tried desperately to find a parking spot because there's 3 parking spots in all of Sonora. And they were all taken.
I would also like to blame the rest of us for taking up the whole gravel parking lot. Like, I didn't think about the fact that there were going to be a bunch of other people. So me and Rick both took up like what would be the equivalent of 2 spaces each.
What an asshole thing to do.
It was, yes.
Rick are assholes.
Me and Rick have been called assholes many times in our life. Anyway, and in addition to letting your kid learn how to throw chairs properly, the night before, the nightmare on 7th Street, the night the losers come home. Persuasion Brewing Company in Modesto, California. You got us. You got Adonamia. You got Beheading of the Queen. And you got this next band we're about to play from Fresno. I'm stoked to have these guys coming up for a show. This is Forgotten Faces with the Haunted Castle.
Watch this video to remember what they look like, because we have forgotten.
I'm sorry, the
faces.
Haunted Palace.
A man's castle. Or something.
Something like that. Forgotten Faces, the ruins of the palace. You know what? That was actually a really cool video. Like as far as the lyrical content of it, like it was very intelligently written, told like an old school, like a Dickens novel.
Yes, there were a lot of old timey words in there. I felt like I was reading Great Expectations, except I liked this. So. I could fill up a whole podcast about how much I hate Great Expectations.
Really?
And
Just
the Scarlet fucking Letter.
I was going to say, the Scarlet Letter, I'm aware. All those Jane Austen books your mom likes to read.
I've never read a Jane Austen book.
Oh,
I've tried, because, they were in her bathroom for a while. Their bathroom reading, I'm sure they intended for that to be the thing. And I tried really hard. Same with some of those Stephen King books, like Doom a Key. They were in the bathroom for a while, and I'd just randomly open it up, and I'd be like, God, this is awful.
Every time Doom Key started to get interesting, it got boring again. Like, it's the usual Stephen King.
Maybe
Guy
that's why I
sees an
picked it up.
apparition, also gets a vision that his wife is fucking on him. Is it psychic, or is it fucking just paranoia made by this weird island that he lives on? I mean, at least it wasn't the woods of Maine.
A lot of things happening.
That's
New England. It's always New England.
well, that's a Stephen King book. Like,
Yes, the man lives in Maine.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, that's ghostly apparition, vision of your spouse fucking around on you. Because, like, he did it in Doom a Key, he did it in Thinner. Like, it was
But there's a lot of years in between those two, so he probably thought people would forget.
No,
Maybe not.
I didn't forget.
The Great Expectations is the second worst fucking book I've ever read in my life.
So you're saying the Scarlet Letter's worse?
The worst goddamn book I've ever tried to read for the second time. I read both of those books in high school, and I did a report on Great Expectations, but I don't know what I wrote it about. That was also a very long time ago. Scarlet Letter I read in high school, and then tried to read it again on a plane, going to a really exciting thing, and couldn't have cared any less. I wasted money on that book. Don't read it.
Don't read the Scarlet Letter.
It's an A, it's red, it's on a shirt, because everybody thinks she's fucking everybody else. Well, just that one guy. But she didn't, and don't read it.
And if you want to hear more reasons why we hate the Scarlet Letter, you can hear us every Monday night at 8 p.m. on Gun Music Radio. That's independent underground radio from Oregon. And in our new home, which launched today, Pirate Flag Radio on the Radio King Music app.
Yarr.
We're at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. And, well, I could barely figure it out. So good luck, depending on what time zone you're in, on you figuring it out.
You know how that works.
Yeah.
You've been here long enough. You understand how time zones work. And you understand that we do not. So do your own research.
Right. Figure out the time zones yourself.
Time zones and magnets. How do they work?
How do they fucking work? So, and speaking of how things work, as usual, what would a lunch hour be without a fun death fact from the mistress of the macabre, Central Valley's own Elvira, one and only Ellie Von Grimm.
I learned so much from you.
Fun death fact. Some bodies look like they're covered in soap, or what is known as grave wax. This is what happens when the fat breaks down in the body in a low oxygenated and wet environment.
I am grateful that she did not say moist environment.
Though I did,
Even though I just said it.
though I did use the like me and her a lot of times we'll voice message each other, like rather than that, and like the other day she hits me with, all right, I'm gonna tell you this so you won't judge me, and I'll fill you in afterwards because she said that to me privately. So, but either way, she was bitching about woman stuff.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but somehow I came back with the word moist, and I was like, and I don't fucking care if you don't like the word. She said the only word that bothers her is panties.
I hate that fucking word.
I don't like it either, but I also
do not like it. It's gross.
I also don't think of women as wearing underwear. Like dudes wear underwear.
Underwear is a very broad term, and it sounds very large. Underwear makes me think of huge sized underwear. The P word. I hate it so much I don't want to fucking say it.
You're just gonna go with the P word?
I thought that, I never mentioned that before because I thought it was just me, but now I know it's not. So, yeah, that word is, ew. It's gross. Like, I would probably say I prefer moist over that word.
You prefer moist to panties. I'm
really-
Italian, it's in moist panties.
I don't want either one of those words to exist in the human language anymore. But it's gross. It's like stuff that old pervs say.
See,
like,
I was gonna say, is
ugh.
that what it is? And it's also one of
I
those.
don't know.
It's also one of those things like coupled with like granny panties. Granny panties works.
But that's not what I think of when I hear that word
No,
at all.
no, it's one of those things where like you said, you picture some old dude or some like geriatric chick
Ew.
named Mabel doing phone sex, being all, and I take off my panties. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I was gonna apologize to everyone out there for having to hear that, but I also had to hear that. So fuck you all. Fuck you. Making me hear these words so many times.
Well, I mean, now, and does it bother you when it's just the soft N, like as if it's NIES, or does the t make it worse, better? Does it help? Does it hurt? Like,
without the t sound, it just sounds incorrect. I'm a grammar Nazi at heart.
it hurts.
I have learned to calm down and keep it to my fucking self. But
No, you haven't.
that's the sad part, is that is keeping it to myself.
You doling it out on me?
Yeah, it's got to come out somehow. So
Yeah,
Sorry.
you try and correct our kids' grammar too, and it's funny.
you can't let him say the wrong word or the wrong thing forever.
Really? Because he still packs his lunch, according to you.
You do that.
I do it in text.
Ew. Whatever. I do still call it his pack. Not backpack, but pack. Because I also used to think of it as pack. And I'm living vicariously through him. Somehow. I don't know. Preschool wasn't all that fun for me, so I don't know what I'm reliving.
He seems to be enjoying it.
Yeah, he's having a good time. They went to the fire station today, and he didn't set any fires, so that's a plus. They would have been equipped to put them out.
He didn't blast
Yeah.
anybody with the hose either.
Yeah,
And we saw they let him hold it. They put him in the middle, though. You notice that?
that's kind of off the side. Though.
Well, but I'm saying they did not let him hold the nozzle.
Oh no, that's a terrible idea. He turned around and swing it at somebody.
I don't think they'd know. Like, yes, because he's from the D&B. He's a ward. Beating people with the business end of the garden hose. That's a ward.
Oh my god, things I haven't heard. Now I have to hear it again. Now.
So anyway, moving on. Another debut tonight. Brand new music from our boy Immortal, Aaron Moore, up in Ukiah. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this. He has won me over to a genre I hate. Specifically, I hate one-man metal bands. I despise it.
Okay.
To me, a band, part of it is the whole energy of everything going on up there. Members interacting with the crowd, different members doing different things. You know, basically, it's the team. It's like watching team sports are more fun. No, that's a bad example because I watch
Then
MMA.
what's a solo sport? Okay, I'm like, what's a solo sport?
Fighting. You know, fighting, wrestling. You know, those
I guess.
those are kind of solo sports. You know, boxing, MMA. You know, and don't hit me. So anyway, you know, for whatever it is, I've just never liked one-man bands. Well, then this guy shows up while Brandon and I are doing Talking Shop, and he had actually asked a question about how should I do a one-man band, and I gave this big sweeping speech on don't. I don't like them. I think it's a terrible idea personally. You know, and then of course, me being me, had objective advice at the end, and then as soon as we got off there, Brandon was like, "Hey, dude, we're gonna interview that guy Aaron Moore, who asked that one-man band question that you shot all over Alton."
See, and here he is years later, not listening to you and moving forward.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I gave positive advice. Hey, man, if you're going to do it and that's what you got to do it. You know. So, anyway, this is a song that we can all relate to because it qualifies for all of us. This is Wage Slave by Immortal on the lunch hour.
I got emotionally invested in that video. I'm like, what's in the briefcase? Oh my god, he's gonna shoot himself. He's shooting his own self.
And then he did. No, that was a really well done video, especially for a solo thing. You know, we were commenting while watching it that like it's easier because you don't have to worry about nobody else showing up or whatever. You just do your
nobody else's input, nobody else's shitty input or
good input.
Good input.
Well, it's just you don't have to wait on other people.
Except for these mosquitoes.
We're not waiting on these mosquitoes.
I'm waiting for them to die.
So we've come to the portion of the show where we review a bad horror movie. And full disclosure, we have not watched this in over 2 weeks.
So like what, 3 weeks we watched it?
2 weeks? We watched it for the same show that we had Sean and Addie on, and then we decided not to do it because it would just be something to detract from Sean's book. And with the chaos that ensued, we should have just fucking played the movie trailer.
Maybe. I mean,
they hadn't seen it.
He had a lot to talk about. It didn't change when the camera stopped rolling.
No, and that Sean, like they had to heist the mic from him a couple times at his own wedding. Like Sean's got some talk. Somehow I think he worked how AI creators suck into his vows.
Probably.
Oh, just for Sean Walusko, if you use AI to create art, fuck you. All right. Sean's words, not mine.
He's gonna find you and he's gonna shit all over your page.
Is that what it was?
Proverbially.
Possibly literally.
Probably literally. I don't know.
Right.
Read how much time he's got.
Read his books, Shadows of the Abyss and Bloodlines of Chaos. Also, you can get the dark horror art of Sean Walusko, and he just published Godless, a Barnes & Noble exclusive, but a collection of short stories. So we got to get our ass to Barnes & Noble and pick that up.
Yes.
So, I'll be over by 1 on Thursday. So that being said, this looked like the kind of movie Sean would watch. And if he hasn't, I'll give him a pass because he should be doing other things. The man just got married. But this is Call Girl of Cthulhu. Let's see what you guys think. And as usual, we're not going to mute it during the movie trailer.
They always make the movie look so grand, and that's never the case.
The end of the world is coming. We believe you can save it.
Save it from what?
Brothers and sisters, the time has come. The stars have aligned. And our queen has been crowned.
There was something about this girl. She was different.
She's a hooker, isn't she?
Cthulhu has chosen you to bear his child.
Who the hell is Cthulhu?
There are some things man was never meant to understand.
Yeah, I call them women.
Hope you don't sleep around, Mr. Wilcox.
Lots of moist sounds there. Oh.
Oh, wow. Where to begin on Call Girl of Cthulhu? So, I mean, as it basically shows, homeboy falls in love with a hooker. And she's not just any hooker. She's like the prime hooker of the city. Like, this chick has so many clients. There's one that she kind of lives with that, like, left his wife for her.
I left my wife and my kids.
Yeah.
And it didn't end well for him.
No, it did not. And then, like, there's dude with a food fetish who he makes her feed him before they bang. And then, like, there's a dude who like, she shits on him and stuff.
A lot of different things. She's willing to do the things that need to be done.
Yeah, she is definitely a truly working girl.
She's a trooper.
Yeah, like she's like, I'll do it. There's a foot fetish. There was a doctor who like used the rectal thermometer on her and shit.
She also has the birthmark that makes her the chosen one for Cthulhu. So the guy falls in love with her. The kid falls in love with her, and he's super nerdy, super antisocial. He draws for something, I can't remember what. He's an artist. He draws for, covers of things.
Newspaper. One of them was a newspaper, or it might have been a fanzine or something. Like, I know part of it was he did graphic design for the newspaper.
And there's another few people over here who are understanding that the world is going to end pretty soon because there's a cult out there that wants to bring Cthulhu back. He just needs to find the chosen one. And of course, our nerdy dude finds the chosen one and then falls in love with her. And that doesn't end up so well for either one of them anyways. But
I mean, it's deeper than that. The cult is one of those worldwide, the cops are in on it, the feds are in on it,
who to trust.
Yeah, you don't know who to trust because they might be part of this Cthulhu cult that's bringing about the end of humanity and shit. And the priestess chick who and her little sidekick meet up with Virgin Dude because he's the best artist in the world, and they have him redraw the Necronomicon after they steal it. Because the cult cannot use a fake.
A replication.
Yeah. And so...
We didn't really circle back to that, did we? It just sort of...
we're never...
fizzled out.
It worked. Whatever they did worked. There was no, they read the spells, and this is the wrong book, or none of that shit. So, the hooker, who you expect to kind of be the final girl in all of this, she gets turned into, the monstrous,
She was chosen to breed the next generation, basically, of little tiny octopi.
Yes. The children of Cthulhu.
Yes. So, she gets pretty gross at the end.
She's hella gross at the end. And, of course, his roommate, who makes this weird techno goth.
I don't know what to call that music other than shit.
Shit. Yeah, she just makes this crap ass awful music. She winds up saving the day with her crap ass awful music because we all know aliens and interdimensional beings are killed by shitty music. Mars Attacks prove that.
That was yodeling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying yodeling is great. I'm just clarifying.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, are you defending yodeling?
I don't know anything about yodeling.
Well, I mean, it's more like country yodeling. It was that one. Woo, woo,
yeah, it's kind of different. I don't know where to classify that. I don't know where to put it.
Yodel country.
Shit.
So there's all this weird eyes wide shut sex shit going on while all this is happening, and then the paper mache squid face dudes that you saw earlier, they didn't even try to make it look like tentacles.
They looked like they had a budget and they needed to stick to it. All right.
It straight up looked like pinata paper. They just went down and bought pinatas and cut them into the face shape and hopefully pulled the staples out.
It worked. Maybe there were a lot of them, and
there were a lot of them.
They needed to be squid faces, octopus faces on a budget.
Quickly.
Right now.
So, as always, I throw to you first. Watch or don't.
It actually was a good movie. It wasn't hilarious. It wasn't so bad. It was hilarious. It wasn't a good movie. This is not a blockbuster that you're going to go see at a cinema, probably, anytime soon. Not going to win any Grammys here.
Grammys?
Yes. That was a Violent J thing.
Oh.
Anyway. Not going to win any awards, probably, for that. Big ones, at least. But it was interesting. It was different. It was very low budget, but not as low budget as a lot of other things we've watched.
Back to it wasn't Pappy's Graveyard.
It was not Pappy's Graveyard. What was the other movie that I was like, that surpassed Pappy's Graveyard? Shit, I can't remember the other movie.
Oh, The Clown Chainsaw Massacre.
Was it that one?
Yes. Yes, and by the way, we are working on getting a live watch-along here for that. So we will find a way to stream Tubi and share the screen so y'all can all witness 47 minutes or whatever it was.
Means I have to watch it again.
Not really, because we're just going to talk through most of it.
All right. Fine.
So,
but as a side note, the guy that was the brother in that movie, the clown movie, I couldn't remember the name of it. In the clown movie, is also in Murder Science. He's the stage.
Oh, that's right.
He's the funny guy. I forgot what he is. Is he a director?
No, he's. Honestly, I think he's just like a stagehand.
He built set stuff and fixed the lights that one time.
And wouldn't touch Jessica Flux's titties. Wouldn't even look at him.
Anyway.
He'd get kicked out of the union.
Big fan of the union. It worked out for him in the end. I saw in the credits. Good job. Good job, guy. Anyway.
Back on Call Girl of Cthulhu.
Okay, so watch it. That was my thing.
That trailer was one of the few that didn't do, like you said, and makes it look so grand and great and whatnot. That trailer probably made it look more comedic and more stupid than it was. Like, once again, I'm going to say it was not Pappy's Graveyard. It certainly wasn't the Clown Chainsaw Massacre, but I won't put it up there as high as, say, Death to Metal.
Have there ever been any movies that I was like, don't watch it? Because even with Pappy's Graveyard, I think I was like, watch it. I mean, waste an hour and a half of your life on it. I still find that movie strangely endearing. It was god awful, but there was something about it that was kind of cute.
Like I said, I think part of it was the cuteness between him and Ma.
I think there was a movie that I was like, don't. It was probably the clown movie.
We didn't review that yet, but I think we did agree. Don't watch that until we do a live watch along and we all watch it and suffer together.
Oh, we did that already.
We did not do it.
Wow. Days go by. Disregard all that shit I just said about that movie that we haven't talked about yet. Then.
So, in that regard, I will say this. This was another one of those movies that as soon as it was over, I looked at Jen and was like, that was so much better than it had any right to be. Like, that was actually rather enjoyable. I had a good time watching it. It wasn't too cheesy funny. It had a couple chuckleable moments, but they didn't go off the deep end like a lot of the trauma films do or things like that, where they decide to be more funny than scary or gory, and then they try to flip that switch and it's too late. This one walked a good fine line between ominous and lighthearted at moments. So I will also concur with my wife and say, watch it. Like, definitely watch Call Girl of Cthulhu. It's worth your time.
Yeah, and it's worth your money because it's free on Tubi. So
that's right.
You're not out anything.
Tubi, pay us money, or just put Blacklist Pro Wrestling on.
They have like sports stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Someone should look into that. They'll give you $1,000, probably for the whole thing.
I could use $1,000. See, that's why you just like give them a couple like here and there, and then you come out with more and get another $1,000.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm putting it on YouTube for free anyway.
That's true. Put us on Tubi.
This would be awesome on Tubi. If we got on Tubi, I will do more dumb shit. Like,
what does that mean?
Special effects. Blood. We'll have Martina over here like flinging blood at us or something and not hitting me in the ear, cutting me open like she did on Friday.
Dave sustained an injury.
That bitch hit me in the ear with her nails. You've seen those daggers.
Hey, I just want to mention that we talked about in Sonora at the wedding, there were a lot of hills and stairs and things and beer. Nobody fell. Not a single person fell.
Sean.
Did he?
He fell during their first dance.
That's not really like falling.
No, but he fell. He legitimately ate shit.
I thought that was supposed to happen.
No, he ate shit during the sword fight.
I thought that was supposed to happen.
No.
That's not what I mean, though. I mean, like...
It was choreographed or whatever?
Yeah. But I mean, like, we're walking up steps, and everybody's dressed up and very drunk.
And most of us are drunk, yeah.
Not a single person fell and got hurt. I was really impressed by that. Mostly by myself, that I did not get injured.
That was because we kept going up the hill instead of up and down
the hill
stairs.
was terrifying.
Yeah, but it was better than the stairs.
Maybe.
Especially that drunken in heels.
Yeah. Harry, your buddy that owned the hotel, didn't understand. I met him first when I was coming down the stairs, and I'm like, he was like at the bottom of the stairs being weird or creepy or something. And
well, we already found out he did walk one of our wedding patrons to her room just to make sure she was safe.
no, don't do that shit. Don't do that.
Don't.
But
in broad daylight, so she didn't get robbed or something.
Yep. Or something.
Well, and then I locked my key in the room, and when he went up the stairs in front of me, he had to like be all showing me, hop, 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 like jumping upstairs. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't care.
Maybe he was really excited. Like, we're not the average people that would probably book a hotel in Sonora. People who are hiking or, old people, maybe. I don't fucking know. But you got a group of like people who look like they're gonna destroy your hotel. Like maybe he was really excited about that. It's like something good's gonna happen tonight. I'll call the cops.
He probably did figure something good was gonna happen that night.
Someone's gonna get drunk and come downstairs in the office and try to fuck me or something.
Right, something like that, because
Yeah.
they do have a spare bed back there.
And it stayed the spare bed.
To the best of our knowledge, we didn't talk to everybody.
That's true.
We didn't see everybody the next day.
Did you sleep with Harry? Tell us.
You out there? Did you bone the hotel proprietor? Is that why we all got like $40-$50 off our rooms?
Thank you.
And so thank you. Like we appreciate you biting the bullet.
You took one for the team.
Go Harry. So anyway, now we come to the point in our show where we follow the law. And
Yes.
what is the law state, honey?
We have to play a J-Dub song. That hurt to say. I don't call him that. I call him Justin. It was weird.
Well, yeah, but we're plugging the artist, man. And
I
the artist
know.
is J-Dub, formerly known as Justin.
He needs a symbol. Anyway.
Don't tell him that.
He needs a symbol. He can make a symbol if he wants.
Proceed.
Whatever. Anyway. Technically, it's Book of Job, I guess.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going to be technical about it. And he has some new songs out.
Brand new EP. Just dropped. Book of Job. What the fuck is it called?
It's the shoes thing.
No.
It's not?
That was the
That's
old
just
one.
the song.
Keep talking.
Oh, okay. So, lots of songs here, and I picked one just because I tried
He
to listen.
insisted it was you who picked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Aw.
he said that I've been
You pick everything.
that I've been getting to choose for the last 20 years of our marriage or whatever. So, and then it was not like she hasn't been fucking picking for you or anything.
Potentially.
Sometimes.
The next one will also be my picked.
What's the next one? The next one's my pick.
Because I can.
It's boobs or something.
No.
All right.
I mean, you can ask Justin. You can see his. I don't.
He doesn't have any anymore. He lost a bunch of weight.
That's true.
Well, good for him.
Anyways. You got to do the thing.
So anyway, Jen picked this one. He's put, by the way, the name of the title is also the title track. He's pushing The Devil Wears Vans and Band Tees. But we're not pushing that song because this is our show. And he said Jen got to take the pick, and it was tough. Like, this was a tough one.
I thought about picking that song, but no. I'll pick what I want.
There are a lot of elements of a lot of different kinds of music in this whole album. A little bit of folk, a little bit of punk rock, a lot of, I almost want to say disco. Like there's a disco element to this album with
I'd
the
have to
bass
think
lines.
about that. I'd have to think about that a bit.
Well, I think this song is a good representation of that. So do you want to introduce the song since you picked it?
I guess. This is if the DJ plays our song.
Right here on the lunch hour.
This is if I can get the words out of my mouth to say the name of the song.
DJ play the song.
This is Stormy's gonna bark at the door again.
I scream her name through the pouring rain, and in the drinking barn that took me out of town again. Well, I miss her. I hear a sound
And the good news about Jen picking this song is the fact that with the new J-Dub song, we always accidentally pick the last one on the album. So you get the hidden track. So as soon as that plays, we'll cue that up and let that go to close us out. So once again, this has been the Lunch Hour, episode 11, with your old buddy Lunchbox, Yeb, and my beautiful bride, Jen. And once again, being as you're out there listening, congratulations to the bride and groom from last week, Sean Walusko and, well, Addie Walusko now. You know, she had such good Adrienne Street. Any relation to the wrestler?
Hello there, how are you? I'm falling apart. And this is the last breath of this bleeding heart. Is love blind through landlines? Well, who else is there? You're breathing so easy. Well, I'm needing air. These waves farewell. Scream through the streets, and it's cold as sand between these sheets. Oh, there's no kiss to tell. There's no kiss to tell.
No, that attitude you can't.
This is my last song.
End of messages.
It is the last song.
And that was the last song. So, once again, Lunch Hour, episode 11, The Box and the Bride. You can check us out every Monday night, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Gun Music Radio. You can also check us out on our new home at Pirate Flag Radio on the Radio King Music app. Once again, Lunchbox, Jen, see y'all next week.
Bye.